Thank you, Neil. It's good to be here with you guys. I'm Charlie with SPU216. We're an immersive technology company based in Seattle, Washington, that's focused on trying to address problems in enterprise with mixed reality experiences. We got our start about 15 years ago, working in Seattle primarily on high-end architectural visualization at a time when Seattle was experiencing unprecedented growth, primarily fueled by the tech sector and most recently Amazon. And really, I found myself first drawn to VR as a young college student back in Boston. When I came across a book by the then Dean of Architecture at MIT, Bill Mitchell, called City of Bits. I don't know if any of you read this book. It's quite old by now, but where he talks a little bit about how the augmentation of humanity will affect our places of work, where we live, and how we play. And so that's really been a helpful framework for me that continues to kindle an interest and curiosity about mixed reality. I've got a little video here. What we've been working on for the past year, really, as we've been really in a period of transition and moving from a company that was largely focused on content creation to custom software development. We've been working on a platform, a mixed reality platform that we call Altura. That's hopefully going to be helpful to you all. This is a little video of what that looks like. Thank you for sitting through my 60 seconds of blatant marketing. So I didn't really think that any kind of short talk on VR mixed reality would be complete without a quote from William Gibson, the author of Neuromancer. The future is already here, it's just not evenly distributed yet. And I think this refers primarily to this notion that the things that will eventually constitute the normal and everyday for those of us in the future actually exist for some today. And I would argue that with regard to mixed reality, that's in part true. In fact, with regard to maybe mobile AR, for example, it's already true. Those of you that have been keeping up with your OS updates in your phone have the ability to support and view AR content on your phone. So that's an exciting change. So, contrary to what you may think, that this slide is not about the Gartner graph and the trough of disillusionment that some of you have mentioned before, but rather I wanted to kind of bring up this general point or idea that the creative development and creation of shared expectations and the fulfillment or real delivery of that is really, I think, to a large degree, what a lot of us are involved with day to day. And so we see that too in the world of architecture and design, construction, for example. There's many tools at their disposal, and one of them is design mock-ups, and it allows them to keep from making costly mistakes like this one of a stair to nowhere. So, so as we work with more and more enterprise clients, there seems to be a common thread to the asks that we're hearing from them as they explore mixed reality as a way to help their enterprises. And the common thread is all to do with the uncertainty of the future and how to do change management effectively. We've been fortunate to work with a number of enterprise customers and clients, and it's been a very fulfilling process. We feel like that part of the solution that I think we can propose here is that if we can experience the future in a full-scale, networked, and extended reality, that will help really address a lot of the underlying latent motivations behind enterprise clients desiring to incorporate mixed reality into their enterprise. So I just want to take a pause on this in particular. It's full scale because we think it's going to be important to be untethered and to be able to walk around and experience environments at a knowable scale, one that we perceive with our own bodies. It's a network experience because it's got to be a shared one, allowing us fully supporting collaboration, and we would submit that an extended one and deployable across a large range of devices, platform agnostic device hardware, as a lot of the other speakers mentioned. So I brought along a few case studies just to kind of help give you a little snapshot into at least the way Study 216 is navigating these waters. Our first one is for a project that we did for Microsoft Stores for a National Retail Federation conference, and what Microsoft Stores really wanted and needed, it was an interactive design tool that allowed them to lay out store merchandise, kind of pre-visualize the store environment, and bring all of their understandings about retail behavior to bear and kind of test those in a mixed reality environment. So this shows a few things that were new for us. The integration of a dollhouse navigation, where there's an ability to kind of use a dollhouse as a basis of navigation. This next project actually was also done for Microsoft, being Seattle-based. We've been a great partner to work with. A couple years back, they identified us as an early HoloLens partner agency, and so that's been really a great collaboration. In this case, we got to work with the Microsoft Real Estate Group as they announced their fairly significant campus expansion in Redmond back in November. And prior to that, we developed a number of experiences for Microsoft Real Estate to bring to senior leadership. There were some stressful moments during that, but it was a really rewarding experience. And so I'm really happy and proud to show you this work that was used to both vet the campus expansion and then gain senior leadership approval, and then was part of a PR campaign with all Microsoft staff. A little AR card was shared with them as part of the announcement. So that was helpful for them during their season of change management. The other area within enterprise that we see a lot of interest and traction, as one or two of you mentioned before, was with training. And in this case, an airline that you mentioned is very interested in developing a mixed reality training experience for emergency scenarios. So I'm sure a lot of you have probably also seen training as a very exciting area where mixed reality is going to be very useful. This is with our roots, of course, in the architecture, construction, and real estate background. We still do a lot of work like this, where we're seeing real estate developers, brokerage, use immersive technologies to more effectively market and pre-sell real estate. In this case, a mobile app leveraging ARKit, and we developed this inside of Unity, rendered high-end viz out of that. That's what you're seeing. So it allows, we've seen this kind of again and again in our sector, allows developers and real estate professionals to pre-sell a lot of their product faster, which is a great benefit to them. This is just included this quickly. Also a project in Nashville, Tennessee, and an instance where I think I mentioned earlier at the beginning of my talk that we have really been a company making a transition from a creative content agency to custom software development agency. And so, being able to leverage Unity and other game engines to produce a high amount of high-end graphics is very useful for us. So just a few things to leave you with for those of you that are working within this very exciting industry and have the ability to kind of impact perhaps how conversations with enterprise go. The recommendations and some of the things that we might suggest in terms of things to hopefully kind of strive for and achieve are ever greater and greater immersion in your designs or depictions of representations of the future scenario. The greater graphic fidelity is going to be very useful. Really question what is meaningful interaction. The ability to kind of customize and optimize the environment is often an area that enterprise is looking to try to understand better for themselves. So if you can have meaningful interaction and not just walk around a great open space, that's a definite must-have. And then of course collaboration, simply because that's decision making comes out of being able to communicate and make intelligent decisions together. So that is all I have for you. I'm happy to take some questions.